Jones at Pros and Hoagies, and you're watching Payton Priv TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Payton Priv TV. I'm Payton Privitera here with Phil Privitera, coming to you live from Morningside in Arlington, Massachusetts. Now we're here to talk to you for a little bit about the Boston Red Sox.
By mid-July, the Red Sox were 11 games behind the Yankees, about 1 or 2 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays, and a lot of people, a lot of critics were saying, hey, if the Red Sox don't come out strong in their next 14 games, all of which games, Payton, were against the Tampa Bay Rays and the Yankees, that maybe you would see before the trade deadline the likes of Mookie Betts and J.D. Martinez themselves on the chopping block. Now, how do you see the Red Sox faring at this point?
Well, it becomes interesting for the Boston Red Sox in terms of personnel. As you say, Mookie Betts and J.D. Martinez are due to be either re-signed or given contract extensions this offseason, and based on their production, they're both going to be asking for a lot of money. So should the Red Sox be in a position where they're not going to make the playoffs, it would be the best for them to dump these two off, trade them away, capitalize on their value, and get the most out of them going into next season, and possibly pivot, maybe rebuild a little bit, maybe move some pieces, and put themselves back into a position to contend again next year.
Now, I agree with you there, Payton. However, in the first 6 games of these 2 series, the Red Sox are 5-1, okay? And the one game that they did lose is under protest. That was against the Tampa Bay Rays, okay? Against the Yankees, they've done very, very well. The bats have come alive. They've scored 8 or more runs in every single one of those games. Mookie Betts is on fire. Mookie Betts scored 3 home runs and 3 at-bats, and he's kicking you-know-what in terms of RBIs. So what do you think now?
Well, I think the Red Sox are in a great position. Obviously, they're 5-1 and their one game is under protest. We're going to talk about why that is a little bit later. But they're in a phenomenal spot. I think on the offense, there's not very much they're lacking. Mookie Betts is having another career year. J.D. Martinez is being J.D. Martinez. Rafael Devers is cracking out of his shell. By the eye test, Xander Bogaerts seems like he's having the best season of his whole career. So the Red Sox certainly aren't lacking on offense. The question is their defense. Can the pitchers, the starting pitchers, the relief pitchers, the closing pitchers, everybody, can they get their act together and hold on to leads put together by the offense?
This is great insight, Payton. Now, a lot of fans were very, very concerned about the slow start, the arguable slow start of the Boston Red Sox this season. World champions, they come off with a losing streak at the beginning of the season, and a lot of people are very, very concerned. But under the leadership of one of the greatest baseball talents of all time from Puerto Rico, Coach Alex Cora, the Red Sox are now in the thick of things. Now, do you see that possibly there's some sort of a philosophy or maybe some sort of a coaching strategy that Alex Cora was using?
A lot of people felt a lot of different ways about the way the Red Sox started this season. Some people felt that the coaches went too lightly on the pitchers and the catchers during spring training. We all know how the Red Sox fared in the first month of this season. However, I think you can't put too much stock in a team having a slow start, especially if they can get hot, string together wins, and put themselves in a position to make the playoffs. I mean, look all around the world of sports. You see the New England Patriots this season. You see the Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues. They all had slow starts, but they got their act together. They got hot, and they put together enough wins, toughened up, hung with the boys, faced enough adversity, and overcame it to be able to make the playoffs. And the thing about professional sports is once you make the tournament, anything can happen.
And that's why they play the game. We're going to take a quick break for station identification and come back with some more discussion.
I'm Payton Privitera here in historic San Juan, Puerto Rico, and you're watching Payton Priv TV.
We're back. Now, Payton, before the break, we talked a little bit about the Red Sox going 5-1 against the Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. Now, the only game they lost in that streak was a 3-2 game against the Rays, and that game is under protest. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Now, you see, this game was a number of interesting situations, all colliding and forming a storm that the Boston Red Sox deemed was worth protesting. At the moment, this game is in the books as a 3-2 win in favor of the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, you see what happened was the Rays put in relief pitcher Adam Kolarek to start the 8th inning. He got one out at the mound, and what they did was they shifted him over to first base to put in a different relief pitcher for the next batter, and after this batter was faced, they shifted Kolarek back over to the mound.
Now, Payton, if you switch your pitcher to a field position, that has repercussions, doesn't it, in terms of what we know as the designated hitter in the American League. And that changes everything.
Right.
Right?
Now you see, when this occurs in an American League ballpark, a lot of crazy rules happen involving the batting order. Like we said, that you lose your designated hitter. The issue was in this game, umpires, headed by Angel Hernandez, didn't know whether Kolarek should bat in the spot of the first baseman or what once was the designated hitter.
Now, in most cases, this game under protest wouldn't mean too much. But now, this year, this season, the way things are lining up between the Tampa Bay Rays, the Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox, it certainly does.
Yeah.
This game could have playoff repercussions, couldn't it?
Like we say, this game is going to have huge playoff standings implications. At the moment, the Red Sox and the Rays are only separated by half a game, and beyond that, it's a tight race. The Boston Red Sox right now are tied with Oakland for the second wild card spot. So a lot of crazy things could happen. The final decision by the league upon this game could have huge implications on the final standings and eventually who does or doesn't make it into the playoffs.
So basically, this decision of an umpire or a commission could actually decide not only who makes the playoffs, but who could be the World Series champion this year.
Absolutely. One last update. We're going to talk to you for a little bit about Boston Red Sox legend David Ortiz, who not too long ago was horrifically shot and wounded in his home country of the Dominican Republic. After 7 weeks of hospitalization in Massachusetts General Hospital, he has since been released and is in a stable condition.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to David Ortiz and to the rest of the Red Sox nation.
I'm Payton Privitera.
And I'm Phil Privitera.
And you're watching
Payton Priv TV.